Hey fans, welcome back to another episode of I May Be Biased. I'm your host, Cool Man Bird. Along with me, you know I had to bring my crew because we about to get into some serious topics regarding my boy Carmelo Anthony and everybody else boy James Harden. But without further ado, let me introduce my guys. On the bottom of me, I got Billy the Goat.
On the bottom, I thought I was at the side, but all right.
Well, from where my screen is, you down there, and then
Okay.
my man Ree is on the right of me. But
Okay.
you know,
Yeah, it was good though, y'all.
nah, man, chilling like a villain, man.
Ooh.
When we get a chance,
Wow.
the people want to know what is Billy the goat of. Don't answer now. We might have to ask that at the end of the show.
I
Uh,
like that.
reality,
Yeah. Yes.
reality. Warping what we think. Uh, how you doing, man?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. Ready to get into this topic, man.
All right, good. Me too. All right, first off, man, let's talk about the boy Carmelo Anthony. Currently, he plays for the Portland Trailblazers, and he's been successful, and he's been averaging somewhere around maybe 16 points. He's been very efficient, and the reason why we're talking about him is prior before this, Melo couldn't get on a team for like a whole year. He was even being how you say just ran down in the media that he was just washed up and that he needed to play in China by Max Kellerman's you know statistics or whatever about what he says. Uh, my question to you guys: after what he's going through to where he's at now, does the NBA and media need to apologize to Carmelo Anthony?
Let me take
Uh,
this one. Cool, man. Let me take this one.
okay, let's go
They
reality.
for
Let's
sure
do it.
need to publicly apologize to Carmelo Anthony.
All right, let's go into
This man
depth.
is a 10-time All-Star,
Hmm,
6-time on the All NBA team, and
that's a big fact.
because some higher ups didn't like him, they got rid of him for a whole year and then some. For
Hmm.
absolutely no real reason, while he's still better than more than half of the NBA.
And reality, Carmelo Anthony, how would you say his behavior is off the court? Maybe would you say they did it because I don't know. He doesn't seem like he gets into trouble. So will
I think Carmelo rubbed a couple people the wrong way early on in his career. The guy from Denver,
hmm, probably slept with somebody's wife.
probably it's a
Uh,
couple people. Like I think he just rubbed the wrong way. And the NBA, they have a pattern of doing this to players, like Allen, like
how
Allen
you got
Iverson.
any examples?
Yeah, Allen Iverson
Hmm.
for sure. As soon as they saw that they had new talent and they can get rid of him, what did they do? They got rid of him. He was on Denver,
Mm,
not to get away from Carmelo, but I just need to throw this out there because, as you can see, Allen
right.
Iverson is one of my favorite players of all time. But he was on
Mm,
Denver, averaging 25 points a game. Oddly enough, with Carmelo Anthony averaging 25 at the same time, and next thing you know, they started saying, "Oh, he's not as good. He's not as good." Less than 2 years
mm,
later, he's out the NBA. Same thing with Carmelo. Carmelo was an all-star on the Knicks, and I think he got a little injury or whatever. Went to
me.
OKC,
Yeah.
had a mediocre year playing, as the third star on the team. And next thing you know, he plays 10 games with the Rockets and they get rid of him. It was terrible. Terrible.
Mm. Sad. Billy the Goat, man. Let's take it to you. Uh, I know you're a fan of Carmelo Anthony. How do you feel about the situation? Do you feel the
Definitely, I
NBA and
feel like he got
media
blackballed,
need to
man,
apologize?
and
Hmm.
definitely deserve an apology from the league, man, and the media. Not only the league, but the media because they ran his name through the dirt the most. I feel like
Yeah.
like how Ree was saying. I just want to elaborate on it a little bit more. As far as like the guy from Denver, he was
Mm.
a assistant in Denver. Then he became the defensive coordinator for the Rockets team. So they already had a little beef going on.
From a long time ago.
Okay.
And right, so he already didn't like Carmelo. So what the media started to do was blame the Houston Rockets was doing, basically all on Carmelo's shoulders. When he was still averaging 16 points a game, not shooting as much as he was, you know, they was like, oh, he's not playing no defense, but damn near half the league don't play defense.
Right. So that
So it ain't like
excuse,
he wasn't productive. He was still averaging 16 over there.
And not to mention,
they cut him after 10 games.
Remember
Matter of fact,
that
after coming off his biggest game, then he scored like 30 the game before,
there
29
you go.
or something.
Yep, there you go.
And then they cut him.
That's right.
I
can't tell you. I can't cut you off when you're speaking facts. Continue, man.
Yeah, you like I didn't really understand that, and then you know you got the media out here, and they like I said, they blackballed him basically like, oh he doesn't work with this modern NBA. How do you feel like that when he can score at every level?
Every part of the court.
When this game is when this game is a high-paced game, it's about scoring. I feel like the media just kept going, oh, they kept showing all the times where he didn't play defense and like, oh, he's not good for people's team, and oh, he's selfish and he don't want to take a lesser role. When they never asked him, no team ever asked him, like he said, to take a lesser role.
But you know what they did, right? You know what they did. When they had the conference for him going to OKC, somebody asked him, would he go on a bench? And we all know how Carmelo responded, like, you know, like, why would you ask me that? And people be like, oh, he was cocky or he was arrogant. No, he wasn't. He was an all-star, and somebody asked him about coming off the bench.
Coming off a great year.
But that's what they do, because they take those little sound bites and they use that shit against you. Just like the whole thing with Allen Iverson. They use that same sound bite, that practice sound bite. When in all reality, we've seen exactly what happened. Man, he was just coming off of one of his brothers dying, one of his friends dying, and y'all talking about some.
They said nothing about that.
Yeah, but they didn't include none of that in the media. So they took that little sound bite of him saying something about practice and ran with it and try to make it seem like he's a bad person. In all reality, he's fed up with the media because y'all talking about practice and one of his friends.
And when I say the media,
we know how hard of a worker Allen Iverson was.
And when we say the media tarnished Carmelo, I mean everything from you watch something like First Take, and all they're showing is him missing the basketball. Who do they do that to? All they're showing of Carmelo Anthony is when he is
people they want to blackball,
him missing his turnovers. I've never seen anything like it. A highlight reel, basically a low light reel. That's what they was giving Carmelo almost every other day on the show until he was out of the NBA, and the average fan started to believe like, oh, Carmelo can't play, and it's disgusting.
Well, any of you guys that know me, y'all know I'm a big Carmelo Anthony fan, and I'm a big New York fan. Now, how he was treated his last days in New York, I didn't like it. I felt like he got done a raw deal by. I feel like if we go back, I feel like this narrative really started from Phil Jackson. You know, when he tried to implement the triangle, and when the team wasn't successful with the triangle, he then turned the criticism on Carmelo Anthony, saying that the way he plays doesn't survive in today's game. You know, like almost talking about my man like he was some type of G League player at that. Then, all right, he gets out of New York, and we think it's going to be smooth sailing in OKC. He there with Westbrook, Harden. Why not, right? So he gets over there, and you know, he's a third option. You know, you could tell he wasn't really getting the ball in the spots he wanted, and I feel like that all goes. I feel like when you got James Harden, you got Westbrook, and you got Carmelo Anthony on the team as a coach, I feel like that's your job. You got to figure that shit out. Like Carmelo, he's good at what he do. I feel like it's your job as a coach to bring him into this team and get him ready to to fit in with the guys. And I feel like he got a raw deal over there. Then after OKC, he makes his way, and once again they get ejected out of the playoffs from the Jazz. And you know who gets blamed? Not Westbrook, not Paul George. It was all on Melo's performance. Melo, the third scorer. Oh, he didn't do enough. He didn't, and they got beat. They got beat by some young Jazz players, and I felt like that should have felt on the coach. Then moving forward to James Harden, I low key think James Harden didn't like Carmelo. I don't think he ain't hate him, but I don't think he was too happy about him coming to the team. I felt like to him that was one more person to share the ball with, that he ain't want. Then you got D'Antoni that doesn't like him because of their old beef in New York. And then I feel like it's so easy. Once the media get a narrative playing, that's why I feel like you got to watch the media. Media is so powerful and underrated with things. They can change how people look at you overnight with a story, and they did that with Melo. And thank God that though he was out for a year, the boy trained. Because I feel like that's what they was waiting for, to catch him off his team, to look sloppy and big and all that, and I'm just so happy for him. But in my eyes, yes, I do think they deserve him the biggest apology. I think they need to have a Carmelo Anthony Day in New York and just the NBA. I think I think while he's in the league now, the media and some of the people, even some of the our athletes that we love, Shaq, Charles, it was dragging him like he was just washed, and I'm like, what did Carmelo Anthony do? But in my closing arguments, I definitely think he needs to apologize. The league and the media needs to apologize. Let's go around the board one good time before we move on to our next topic on James Harden. Closing arguments. You stand with Carmelo?
Definitely stand with Carmelo, man. Nothing else to talk about.
Right. Got one. What say you, Billy?
I stand with Melo 100%, man.
Yeah. All right, I do too.